get your karaoke thing with and sing with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin.
Good evening, one and all. Did you enjoy that?
I can see why you're banned off PlayStation.
you gotta put a wee bit extra in, Matthew man. Did you? I know that everybody would totally get the nerd section of it, but did you make sense of the whole Matthew man part when it was like a paint job for the guy that like is great at doing Photoshop work?
I'm just trying to figure out what one of my wains you cut out of that photo.
Them all. I know. I thought, right, go the opposite. Just make it as basic as hell. Just like a cropped photo with some like dodgy text. But I was struggling on it. Nards, how close did I get to the original? Right.
What got me at the start was what got me at the start was H2O and then Resurrection.
I've got to give a bit of creative freedom to J-Mac there. He said I should make an ass shit it out, but I thought I've not got the capabilities of that, so I'll just go. And the best it is, I don't hate Resurrection. You know what I mean? So that was purely a J-Mac decision.
Oh my God, he finally listened.
halfway. Take a good idea and make it better, right?
Do you like my badge?
Oh, nice. What is that?
It's nice. I noticed that Nards was displaying some quality memorabilia in the back there, and I was like, shit, I've got nothing. I don't even have a Halloween t-shirt. What this actually is a coaster that happens to just sit here because my tits have got a really good angle on them.
I've got Kev's rave jumper.
Yes, the rave jumper.
It's not even stuck on. It just sits.
Ah, nice. Beautiful. I've got quite a lot of Halloween stuff, but I don't want to pull it all out because I'll get... wait a minute. I've got a Mike Myers pop vinyl.
He's got a Michael Myers mask, but it's still drying out for the sweat if he's rave band.
That's true. Here, did you know that Mike Myers was supposed to be in H2O as a cameo? Wasn't that right? Nards, I'm sure you'll correct me.
He was supposed to be in what?
Well, he was asked, but he was like, "No, baby." He was supposed to be like just like a walk on one of the, I think it was Halloween H2O, where they were like, "Here, do you want to just come on and just like walk past?" And he was like, "Nah." If I was Mike Myers, I'd 100% be like, "Of course I am."
No,
it's my namesake.
Kev, I know what you're talking about. He was asked to play the shock jock in Halloween.
Maybe it was
Curse of Michael Myers. Curse of Michael Myers, number 6.
One.
He was asked to play the Howard Stern type guy. Who, in fact, was his name no Barry?
Likely.
I think it was.
Did he not have a wee karaoke thing? We know.
I only seen recently that the TV guy for it was at Halloween. What one is it? The second one with the was it Big Bill and Little Bill? What were they? And
Little John and
Little John. And he was killed by Austin Powers in one of the films, and it's like he's the only person that would be killed by Mike Myers and Michael Myers.
There's only 3 actors that were in a Mike Myers movie and in a Michael Myers movie. Do you know who they are?
It will be. So we've not got Seth Green. It won't be
Well,
Mike
obviously,
Myers.
the first one is it Michael McDonough or something? His name is the guy Little John from Halloween
He's the
Kills.
guy. Aye.
Right.
So I know.
So that's the one of them. What do
Mhm.
you know the other 2?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No, one
No.
very famous one that
Josh Hartnett.
No, I mean like very famous with Mike Myers.
Is it a female or a male?
2 other males.
2 of them males. LL Cool J.
No,
Busta Rhymes.
I don't think I'm going to get them.
Okay, who is it?
You're saying with Mike Myers? Is
Co-stars.
is it SNL people or something?
One of them's SNL, yeah.
Who from SNL? See, it'd help if I watched SNL.
Yeah. Well, I'll just tell you, you're not going to get them then. So the first one is Clint Howard. He was in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yes.
And Clint
Oh,
Howard
aye.
is acted with Mike Myers. And also Dana Carvey, as in Garth.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Halloween 2.
Was he?
Halloween. Yeah. He plays one of the reporters in the background.
No way.
Ah, didn't know that. There we go.
You like Wayne? There's a,
That's your trivia for today.
oh my! Oh, I'm sure we're getting tons of trivia. By the way, and I know we're going to get into the whole Jamie Lee Curtis stuff because this is right where it was ripe. But by the way, based on what you were saying about, like, so see how she done an interview years later after H2O saying, you know, because it was my idea, I never produced it. I should have, but here's the only reason I wanted to do it based on this, killing off the Michael Myers part at the end. But then see if you watch H2O, the documentary about the film. It said that the Weinsteins actually came up with the idea to make Halloween H2O and that they then had to approach her and convince her, and that they did. So somebody's talking shite.
And it's not Robert Zapier that's talking shite. It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
I fucking told you, man. So the whole scenario then about her being like, the Akkads have said, with Mustafa Akkad said that they can't kill him off and that it was a contract. So in Dustin McNeil, mind I spelled his name wrong. In Dustin McNeil's book, he said I'm sure as hell that he stated several sources that said there was a contract in place. What's out there that negates that? Do you know, Nards?
Well, it doesn't say it in the book either. It doesn't, like, nobody says in the book that there was a contract.
I'm sure I read that though.
If you can show me the page, I'll read it again.
I'll need to go back.
I don't think that's the case.
Because it wasn't the first time I'd heard it. I truly... Did you read the second one as well?
I've got both of them, yeah. I've read both of them.
Barry, I've been working with Kevin for years now, and out of pure obligation, I have to side with you, Barry.
I agree.
Usually, he's not done his homework, so he just copies off me, kind of. But this time, he's copying off you.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it at some point. But we're well aware that there was a rumor then, if not a fact, that we couldn't kill him off. But they've done him in the new one, right?
Well, exactly. Well, I done a 20-minute video on it, on all the arguments for and against there being a contract, which again, it's like a metaphor. It's like you can't kill the boogeyman. It's not. You don't have to have a written contract to say you can't kill him. You can kill him and then bring him back, just like they've done time and time again. But since I've done that video, there was do you know Sean Clark?
Yes, it was his interview. That was his original interview, by the way.
Well, he done a location video for Halloween H2O, and he had Chris Durand with him, who played Michael Myers in Halloween H2O. And before that interview, there was claims that they shot an alternate ending to H2O where it shows Michael Myers being alive as a paramedic. And Chris Durand never ever said that he done that. However, he did say in that video with Sean Clark that he played a paramedic in one of the scenes, which we saw in the movie. So he played a paramedic in one of the scenes, and he didn't mention anything about, and I done this so that if they want to do another Halloween, Michael Myers would be alive. He never said that. And I think if they did shoot something like that, that's the first thing he would have said in that video with Sean Clark. But all he said was, "Oh, I played a paramedic in that scene as well.
Yeah.
And you can see me in the movie." And you can see him in the movie.
See,
as a
further to what
paramedic.
you're saying there, though, further to what you're saying, I heard, and I can't mind, I think it was just one of these YouTube well put together pieces, but I heard that the Weinsteins, because of Jamie Lee Curtis kicking up a stink about it, that they were actually, they shot a secondary scene of Michael not dying, and they were going to basically just, I don't know if you're familiar with wrestling terms, do a screw job, you know, Montreal. Just, okay, Jamie Lee Curtis, we filmed your ending, right? But we've also slyly got the shots we needed to put our own ending on it once you're fucked off.
But again, they wouldn't have to do that. It's not her movie, so they don't have to. Like,
that's the number one thing I thought to myself. Like, why are they all bowing down to her? And as well, because it's Laurie Strode, right?
But they didn't bow down to her at all. She was just an actress in the movie, and after the film was done, it got critically praised. It was a financial success as well. Everybody loved the movie. Like, yeah, great. It's only when she done Resurrection, and then that was terrible, she started to say, "Oh, I had to do the movie. I was contracted to do it." She wasn't contracted. She actually wrote herself in even further for Resurrection.
Aye, so she's actually talking shite then.
All the time.
Right, because see that Sean Clark interview, which is the one where she talks about, she goes through it all, right? She talks about there being a contract and all this. She said that she would only do it if they would kill Michael Myers, because she doesn't see any way past that. She had bigger aspirations for Laurie Strode to be a drunk. Her life's off the thingy, and it was all quite metaphorical. She says the only reason that I accepted that we kill a guy in the mask and not Michael Myers, right? As long as I'm in the next one at the start, you do me in, and I'm out. And she says, and I'll never ever do another Halloween, ever, unless Malika Cad comes with a huge paycheck to which I'll donate to charity. Anybody pick up on the whole donating to charity for the last 3 Halloween films? No? Anyone?
No.
So
you really got a bee in your bonnet with Jamie Lee Curtis,
I do, mate. I do.
It does. Do you know? Thing is, see the whole. In fact, no. We're going to talk about H2O first, right? But then obviously we'll speak about Resurrection. Halloween H2O. How did you feel about the atmosphere in the film, comparing it to all the Halloween films before it, not including 3?
The score totally changed the atmosphere, and that was due to the guy that scored it. The same guy that scored Scream. You'll correct me on this, Nard, if I'm wrong.
Yeah, well,
same guy.
No, you're right and wrong.
He's good at that.
Of course. Oh, I'm a J-Mac guy.
Yeah, he's good at that. I'm playing wrong, Kev. You're right and wrong all the time. It's brilliant. Please, Nards, continue.
It was John Ottman that came in first of all. He's the one who done the original score. He done a more orchestral score because he was given the task to make a score for a finale to a franchise, which it was at the time. It was the finale, the big finale. So he wanted to do something grand, which I believe he did, and he gave us that grand finale score, which I actually love. But it didn't test well. So what they had to do is go back to basics, and they never had enough budget or time to redo a full score. So they brought in Marco Beltrami to redo the score, but he didn't have time. So he had to use some of the score that he'd done for like Scream, The Faculty, and other movies, Mimic as well. So they had to bring in some of the old score in. So that's why you hear a very similar score, but you still hear John Ottman's score within H2O.
So John Altman's score, you're saying that you love? Are you saying you love that, or you love the score that's in the finished product?
I actually love both. Like, I love John Ottman's score because his score is very different to the rest, and it does feel like a grand finale. But also like Marco Beltrami's score, because I'm probably older than most of you guys, but I grew up in the late 90s watching teen slasher movies. So when you hear that Marco Beltrami score, you know you're in for a teen slasher movie of the late 90s, like Scream and The Faculty, Halloween H2O. So as soon as you hear that Marco Beltrami score, whether it's the same or similar or not, it's you get that nostalgic feeling. So I ultimately love both of them.
I think that the fact that it sounds so much like Scream for me personally, kind of takes away from the fact that it's a Halloween film. Because they're two separate entities. Like the Scream films were always a bit of a Scooby-Doo sort of thing. It was a who done it, who's behind the mask. We know who's behind the mask with Michael Myers, and
No, we don't.
I feel like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Not truly.
But I feel like we always know who's behind the mask. Every movie before that had a very similar score. It was essentially based off of John Carpenter's original score with twists and turns here and there. I think they added a lot of kind of drums and stuff with the fourth one that didn't appear in the previous two. Like and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? But then this one I think goes too far towards Scream, and it just feels like a Scream film in general. But you already know who did it. It's kind of weird. But I also felt like there was elements of like old Hammer horror in there as well. I don't know if was that the John Altman side of things.
I would guess it would be, yeah, because his is more kind of classical. So yeah, I would say so.
Right, okay. That stuff I quite liked, but the Scream stuff, it just kind of made me forget I was watching Halloween, and it just pissed me off a wee bit.
Do you know I've always quite enjoyed Halloween H2O because, like you say, Nards, I watched this when I was a teenager, so I was like, oh, this is actually, it does remind me of that era of when films did have that. I don't know if I can't quite describe the word, but you would put a film on and you wouldn't walk away being disappointed, right? But one thing that I didn't pick up on ever until I went back and watched it this time, and I think it's because we've watched them all basically every week, J-Mac. We're hitting 2 Halloween movies a week, right? To get to Sunday to talk about them. But the obvious change in Michael Myers, like I felt like Michael Myers was always just a constant. He's coming for you and that's it. In this, I feel like he's more this every time. You know what I mean?
See,
I felt... Hey?
I remember going to see this in the cinema, and I remember the hype that was about it at the time. It was everywhere, and but I think I messaged you this the other day, and the kind of controversial opinion is outside the first Halloween, I'm just not that big a fan of Michael Myers. I don't know what it is. Like there was elements at the start of H2O where you seen him kind of like you would see him in the background, and I like all that stuff. But see when he's just walking after somebody, you're like, that's no scary. Like I put this on last night, and when it finished, my wife looked at me and went, "That was shite," and I went, "But like I don't know what it was."
Oh no, you said she said to you that it wasn't scary.
It wasn't
She
scary.
never said it was shite. She said it wasn't scary.
And I think that's what it is, because what was it that the new Michael Myers is? He says he kind of taken on the way a cheetah or a lion would stalk its prey, which is cool and all, but I just felt like this Michael Myers was very like, I'm hiding in and I'm watching you, more so than the original or even the earlier Michael Myers, where I just felt that it was just quite constant. Jordan Jones says, there's nothing better than watching Halloween Resurrection with friends and absolutely roasting it. It's great for that, but watching it on your own is a slow death. I absolutely loved H2O though. See, that's the thing. I think you either like one or the other with H2O and Resurrection.
See, I think with H2O, I feel like, and a lot of people disagree with me, I'm sure some of you guys will as well, that this Michael Myers in H2O felt more like the original than any other movie to this point, because of what you were saying. He's in and out. You know, he's hiding in the bushes and stuff, exactly like he did in Halloween 1. Didn't do that in Halloween 2 much. He didn't do it at all in Halloween 4. He didn't do it in Halloween 5 or Curse.
Or 3. Or 3.
Yeah. He was just on TV.
He was hiding in 3, you just couldn't see him.
Yeah. So out of all the movies, I felt like H2O was the closest to the original Michael because of the style of the Michael Myers in it. And again, a lot of people disagree, and I genuinely don't know why, because again, he's there 1 minute, he's not, like when he's looking at Molly in the classroom, exactly like Laurie in Halloween 1. She's looking out, and then she looks and he's gone. Like, that's classic Michael Myers. Doesn't do that in any of the other movies.
I think the kind of bit that I laughed at, that I remember vaguely as a kid, is he's like, hold on, I need to hide first. She's coming with an axe. I'll just jump up onto the ceiling and hold on with one arm. Like, how did he get there? You know what I mean?
Chris Sarand actually done that. Like he physically done that in real life. He held up there with one arm on the ceiling. It can be done.
Here's the thing. I agree with what you say. Like, but I just felt like they turned it up to 12 with it. Do you know what I mean? I think they leaned too much into it.
I thought they'd done it more in the first one.
See, I think more than in the first one. Oh, you think they've done it more in the first one?
More in the first one, yeah. Like he's standing behind the bushes and then he's gone. Why?
Maybe it's just, I don't know. I think I need to look into that aspect of it too much. I just felt after watching all these other ones that, like, I agree with what you're saying when you say that element is definitely of the original Michael Myers, but there was something no right with it. It felt quite campy, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I'm watching you. Oh, I better hide. Do you know what I mean?
I loved what the original Scary Movie did with that. Remember when she looks at the classroom window and there's the ghost face guy standing there like this with a knife, and she turns away for a second, and it cuts back to him, and he just runs behind the tree. She looks back again, and he's gone. It's like, oh my god, that's kind of the what we imagine is actually going on behind the scenes. I've seen clips for the new. I go slightly off topic here, but for the new Halloween video game that's out or coming out, there's a clip of what he does to move around quickly. Have you seen this?
No.
It's actually
it's like
cool.
Avengers Endgame.
It's cool as fuck. It goes into it's essentially shape mode where everything kind of goes black and white, and he just floats really quickly where he
Jason
wants to be.
That. They done that with the Jason game initially.
Well, looking at it, it looks very similar to the Friday the 13th game.
100%. That's what you do.
Like they've just done a wee bit of recoding, make it Michael Myers, it'll be all right. But I don't know, man. It looks like it could be fun to me. I'm not a gamer really. I've got my Games Pass and I play silly wee puzzle games.
The quickest Michael Myers has ever moved was in The Curse when they're running through that tunnel and they look the boy in and he gets his head turned into a flapjack, right? He's like proper power walking. That's the quickest you've ever seen him move. But I think in the Dead by Daylight game, when you're playing as Michael Myers, you're obviously just kicking about with a knife. But see, when you stalk and you get the stalk bar all the way up, he then becomes like faster. And when he goes to take a hit, he kind of leaps forward. So it's fun to play with the idea, like, how's he able to do this? I think we just don't question it. Like, you're not supposed to question something sometimes, right?
I don't really play much games these days, but I now and again I'll pop on and play Fortnite with the Waynes, and Michael Myers is in Fortnite. But
does he do the floss dance? Does he do the floss dance?
But Art the Clown's in it now. And freaking away in it. She's like, Dad, don't pick me. I'm going, I will.
On a positive note, by the way. Sorry, who was going to say something?
Matthew, obviously you've not been as deep into the Halloween films past the first one as we all have, as you've kind of said. When was the last time you seen H2O before yesterday? Was it when you seen it in the cinema? Had you scrapped it until now?
I probably watched it. I realised the other night that I didn't have them in DVD, either of them, and that obviously goes to show you what I thought of them.
Oh no!
But it's been a while since I've watched H2O.
Getting out shaking his head.
I managed to get a good copy of H2O, but I had to rent Resurrection on Amazon, and it was like $50 extra to buy it, so I bought it on Amazon. It was like $3.99.
Oh gosh.
Paid for it. I paid for it as well, and it hurt when I was done. I've never told a film to fuck off when the credits came up before. I did with that one, but anyway, we'll come on to that.
Was there no something nice about seeing, and this is the only thing I'll say positive, like this here is like 2000s Jamie Lee Curtis, which was a good time in film. Is it no nice seeing Jamie Lee Curtis like as Jamie Lee Curtis and no this old bitch that's all woke and pretends to like this franchise that she's shat on? Was it no nice to like experience her that way for a change?
I think this was the best Laurie Strode like character arc. You know, 20 years later, she seems genuine. Like she looks like a realistic survivor. 20 years after what happened in 78, you know, she's a bit of an alcoholic. She's got a son, a tearaway son. She's not got a partner anymore. She's in hiding. I think this is the most realistic Laurie Strode that we've had since.
She seems mumsy as well.
Yeah, definitely. Protective.
Do you know what's funny? You see when she pours herself that massive measure of body, and you're like, what's she going to put in it? Fuck all. Man, she just sips away on it, and it like I mean, anybody that's ever drank straight vodka knows it's fucking rank. I don't care how expensive you go. I don't care if you go Russian Standard or if you go, was it, is it, I was going to say Canada Goose. That's a fucking jacket, isn't it? It's a
Grey Goose.
Grey Goose, that's the one. But anytime you take a sip of straight vodka, your first reaction is to at least go, she's
No, as
like,
an alcoholic. She's a functioning alcoholic.
she's like, like it's a Pepsi. Do you know what I mean? I've never did that with vodka in my fucking life, and I'm almost a seasoned alcoholic.
Almost.
Here's a-
J-Max
here's
saying, was not say it again, Matthew.
Here's a question: Has
Cheers.
LL Cool J ever been killed in a film?
Has any what? Sorry.
LL Cool J. He always seems to die and then just come back at the end.
Nah, because what's the shark one? Deep Blue Sea. He survives in that one, I know. Fights
Like,
the
he
shark.
he
in
get
it.
chomped to bits and then woof, he's no dead. He must have like a contract that you can't kill me ever.
Oh,
He's the
rumoured.
boogeyman.
Rumoured.
He's the boogeyman. That's the thing.
They'll start
LL
back at it.
Boogeyman. That's his name.
What did you think of the presentation and the mask?
I don't like. Do you know? I like the face. I don't like the fact that the eyes on the blacked out Batman style. I think if they blacked the eyes out, it might have worked a wee bit better. But it would mean that Michael would need to spend time putting makeup on, which again goes against the type of shit that Michael would do.
So, yeah, I've got a massive, like, I love to ask people this question because it's accidentally contradictory. Like, Jay, you said at the start of this live stream that we know who Michael Myers is, right? So he's got the mask on, we know who he is, unlike the other characters like Ghostface and stuff where we have to guess who they are. So would you prefer not to see Michael's eyes?
100%.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like in the original film, maybe just because of the quality of the actual footage, you don't really see much in the way of his eyes.
See, I say that's part of it, right? But another thing John Carpenter didn't want you to see his eyes is because we don't know who he is or why he's going after people. He's just the boogeyman. But 20 years later, Halloween H2O comes. He's no longer the boogeyman. He's Laurie Strode's brother. So we know who this guy is now. So I feel like there's no need to hide his eyes from the audience because why would we? And also, if he came face to face with Laurie Strode after 20 years and we don't see his facial expression, we don't see his eyes, then we're looking at nothingness. Like, I want to see his emotion and his expression looking at Laurie for the first time, basically saying to her, I found you. 20 years and I found you, and seeing his eyes in that moment was great. Had you not seen that, you'd be like, well, I don't know. Why?
Do you know, I'm probably, I'm fanboying a bit with you here, mate. But like, I probably agree with you on that. But the bit of me that got it where I'm glad I could see his eyes is when he got booted in the balls. Like, I burst out laughing because it's like even the boogeyman gets fucking hurt when he gets kicked in the nuts, and that really made me fucking laugh. It's just really like wide-eyed, like you're fucking. What I seen coming out his mouth at that point, even if he came out in a wee speech bubble because he doesn't speak. If he came out in a wee speech bubble, he'd go, "You fucking boot."
Yeah, Polar Knight says, I love this show. It is every stage of beard growth. If you start with Matthew Man and work your way around.
I made that joke on stage. Mind I made that joke on stage. It was you, me, and Kieran doing the paranormal
That's
thing.
right. That's
And
right.
you had you, obviously, with that thing, and then me with my proper thing, and then Kieran.
Okay, your proper thing. Yours looks like fucking, you know that way where somebody wipes their ass on toilet paper and it doesn't flush? And you go in and you're like, that's what yours looks like.
I'd
yeah,
have a
fudge.
big Frankie Boyle beard, big ginger thing if I grew a beard.
Mate, you should.
Matthew Man, get it done. Get it done. In fact, I'm thinking Movember for Matthew Man.
Take me
Matthew
about 10
Vember.
years.
Matt Bender. Jordan Jones says H2O is my second favourite in the franchise, only behind the OG. It was the first Halloween movie that I ever saw. A lot of it comes down to nostalgia and being 90s kid, I think. My love for that movie. Here, that's another thing. Like, it totally, I think, and we've already said this, J-Mac, that when you watch it, well, where you're at in your life and having fond memories of those times also plays a part in how you receive it. Halloween 3, for example.
I was going to say which explains why anybody likes Halloween 3. I don't know, actually, Nards. I'm not 100% sure on your standpoint on Halloween 3. I know we're talking about these two, but can you please tell me, are you a fan of Halloween 3 or not? Oh fuck. Oh, there's a mask in the background already. I'm talking shite. What the fuck?
Wait, look at that. Fucking yes, man.
Never heard it.
Class, man.
I love it. I love
The
it.
thing is, I watched it with my wife for our review of it. I watched it with my wife and my best mate, apart from Kev, and they had both been watching it for the first time. And we all turned to each other when it was finished and went, "What the fuck was that?" So they have no nostalgic connection to it,
Yeah.
but they still thought it was pish.
It's an acquired taste. I can get why people don't like it. I get why people think it's terrible because it is a product of its time. And I think nostalgia does help. And some people say you can't use nostalgia. Of course you can. Like, nostalgia is a good way of saying you like something or not, don't like something. Nostalgia plays a part in everything. So I think nostalgia is maybe a necessity for a film like Season of the Witch. But if you're into your score for 80s horror movies, top notch. The cinematography, unbelievable. Dean Cundy done the cinematography. There's a lot of people involved in Season of the Witch that were involved in the first two movies, and you can see that with
Millie Wallace.
whether Michael Myers was there or not, it still felt like a Halloween movie. So there's all the beats are there for Season of the Witch apart from Michael Myers. And yes, the story is a little out there. It's more science fiction horror than horror. But yeah, I wouldn't say you're stupid for not liking it. Anyone who doesn't like Season of the Witch, I completely get it.
No watching it.
Yeah, no season either.
Here,
They season either.
I need you, Nards. You're usually, whenever I'm like, here, this didn't make sense, or do I feel the right way about this? I go to your channel, see if you've got a video on it, and usually you give me some grounding, right? And I start to go, okay, I was looking at it wrong. So, in Season of the Witch, please elaborate. Tell us all how the love scene came to be, or was that just out there for you as well? Like, here, we should probably camp in this motel. Where do you want to sleep? I'll sleep in the car. No, you don't have to. Where do you want to sleep? I want to sleep, obviously. You know where I want to sleep. Chicka waka, chicka waka.
And
Like,
you-
That's his big 80s tash. That's,
Mate,
that's the killer thing.
That's a
did
Tom
we miss
Atkins
something,
thing.
or did they just skip over where there was chemistry between this old man and this young woman?
No, it's a Tom Atkins thing. Like, have you seen The Fog? He's
Yeah, years ago, aye.
So he does it with Jamie Lee Curtis in The Fog. So he's kind of like the ladies' man of the 80s, basically. So if Tom Atkins is in an 80s horror film, he's getting in there.
I don't think he did. He was in Night of the Creeps. I don't think he hot anything in that.
Oh,
He hot in it. Do you know what's funny? I love the fact that I love the fact that, like, Scottish people, like, if there's a word that's so short that you can't really change the sound of it without changing a vowel, they'll fucking do it. Hit.
Just
Hot.
while you're on the note of Scottish people, just to totally change the subject, I went to see I Swear the other day and it was phenomenal.
Oh,
I've heard.
The Johnny Davy film. It was amazing.
I've heard from numerous people of all ages, races, shapes and sizes that film is phenomenal. IMDb score last time I looked was like 8.6, which is that's amazing for a Scottish film. That's that's train spotting rare.
I've watched all his documentaries. And I've seen them all. I've got some of them in DVD. And like my wife didn't know anything about him other than, like, when Rachel was
Up
away.
to my knees in cowpat.
When Rachel was away and we were doing in Peebles, and I seen a sign for Gala Shields, and I went, "Can we go to Gala Shields for the day? I've always wanted to go." And I found the pub he drank in, and I was determined I was going to bump into Johnny. I never did. And it was the only reason. She's like, "Is that why we went to Gala Shields?" And I was like, "Yep."
After all this.
But it was awesome. Really good.
You hoodwinked your missus into going to Gala Shields. That's commitment, man.
But she loved the film. It was funny at times, and then at the end, it was just a good film. Anyways,
We'll need to check it out. Here, what did you think of Halloween 20 Judgment Day and the M1000 mask?
to be honest, like
It's like a
I-
Silver Surfer.
I knew when it happened. I knew when it was coming, and I saw it, and I was like, "Do you know what? It's a bit pish, but I don't think it's as pish as people say."
Yeah.
If they lost some of the airbrushing, it would maybe look all right.
Do you think,
You know what I
here,
mean?
Nards, do you have a replica of that one? No. In fact, let's have a look. No. Why did you not get a replica of that one?
Because it's CGI.
Aye, can't you put digits on your shelf?
No, but surely somebody could make that.
Yeah,
could
they probably
probably-
have.
Look at the neck of that fucking.
I really don't think it's as bad as people say.
It's not as bad as was it Halloween 4? Halloween 4 was the one where he did with his collar up like flipping Elvis, and he had like the stupid slick back hair and
I don't know,
fine,
actually,
maybe.
Barry, did you watch us last week? In fact, I don't know you came in. You never made any comments.
He was in Liverpool, wasn't he? No.
That's right.
Manchester.
Manchester. He was there for the love of horror. How was it, by the way? Was it good?
Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah.
Aye,
Very
it always is. Anytime we went twice, it was class. But I decided that the Michael Myers mask in Halloween 4 looked just like Brian, somebody who was in fucking Blade Runner. He was
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, he was in
James.
Tango and Cash.
James.
He's in Southern Comfort. Don't know if you've
Brian
seen that.
James. Aye, that's the fella. It looks fucking just like him.
I watched I watched the John Candy documentary the other day, and I got like nostalgic, so I started watching all his old films, and Brian James was the bad guy in Armed and Dangerous.
Right.
He was
And it
funny,
looks like
Michael.
Halloween 4 Michael Myers, eh?
Aye.
What do you think of
It's not just me then. That's fucking good, man. I'm happy. I'm happy when that thing happens.
Mind I confirmed this to you last week. You were spot on with that one. Because when you said it, I pictured him
It's not
based
Halloween
off that
5,
mask.
Michael Myers now.
No, I'm sure it's 4.
Like, it
Oh
looks
no,
like
no.
peacock.
It is 5.
It's 5.
Aye,
It's
aye.
5.
It is 5. Apologies. It is definitely 5. Aye. So Jordan Jones says, Season of the Witch has developed a cult following. I get the camp that hated it because there's no Michael. However, if you take it on its own merits, it's a good movie in my opinion. I'm sorry, Jordan. I disagree with you. As a fellow Jordan, I have to disagree with the fact that Halloween 3 is good. Because I genuinely think it's pish. Like it's got good kills in it. There's some good kills, some good fucking makeup in that. But other than that, it's shut out. It's proper shut out.
I totally liked it. I thought it was class. So I mirror that. Here, Josh Hartnett. Did you see that they wanted quite cookie cutter Josh Hartnett, but he was like, here. this is
Mate, who
my
gets the
first
same
film."
haircut as their fucking mum?
Josh Hartnett's like, can I be in your film? Only if I can cut my own hair.
Aye, that's he literally did that though, and they were like trying to, and he wore a hat on.
Oh, that's
on
nice.
set and that. Oh mate, look at that! Look at that!
Aye,
What the hell?
mate,
Yes.
that's the pure. That is actually the best example of you can't judge a DVD by its cover. That's a class
Mate.
cover. The film's pish.
Mate, that's awesome. Nah, I disagree with you,
I
man.
know you do,
Well-
and I know. Actually, Matthew, man, do you like it?
Halloween 3?
Loves
Aye.
it. You joking?
Oh,
I'd rate that. I probably watched Halloween 3 more than I've
By the
watched
way,
Halloween
do you remember
the
how we spoke previously about if he was if Michael was actually a product of is this an alien or is that just
Probably.
pulled it out?
that's a
An
more
alien.
accurate representation of what the film is. I'll give it that.
Ugh, no, that's awesome, man.
I'll give it that.
That's just so good.
Anyway, sorry.
Get this one. No, see, like we always kind of toyed around the idea that Michael Myers could have been a Silver Shamrock creation, and they're like, oh, but he killed before Silver Shamrock type thing. But what if that original clown mask was a prototype?
He still wanted to kill his sister before the mask had put on, though, didn't he?
Well, what if he didn't? How do we
That's
know?
true.
Well, it's possible.
See,
Right.
I always thought the best way to do a Halloween prequel to the very first one would just have a film where his sister is an absolute arsehole to him the whole film, and
Rob
at the end he
Zombie.
just snaps.
Aye, they kind
But
of done
his
that in
sister's
Rob
just
Zombie.
an absolute horror, and he just
They
snaps and goes,
literally did that.
you're getting it, and then that's the start of the film.
Like he's the hero of the film.
Aye.
I think Rob Zombie pretty much did that. She was
Yeah.
she was a total knob to him.
But that would have been so cool. And here's another thing. See, at the very start of Halloween H2O. Do you know, Nards will know this, they had page clippings, because it starts with the newspaper clippings, right? They had Danielle Harris shit, oh, I heard that, but they took it out. Eh, Nards?
Mm-hmm.
They did. So they were going to acknowledge it to an extent, and they kind of did. Where they're saying that she faked her death in a car crash. That's essentially why Jamie Lloyd didn't have a mum. You know, so, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves with Jamie Lee Curtis is Danielle Harris is the opposite of her. She totally embraces the franchise, loves it, right? And Jamie Lee Curtis was a right ball bag to her.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, she wasn't in True Lies or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Who cares?
Like she lives off of Halloween.
She was in The Last Boy Scout, though.
Aye, and she was in Urban Legends.
Yeah. And
Aye,
she was
Urban Legends
other
pish.
films.
Aye. Urban Legends class. What are you talking about, mate?
It's
I know
amazing.
there's 6 Urban Legend films.
Talk about a film
What
score
are
as
they?
well. No, there's 3. 100% 3. I've got them all.
I've only
Bloody
seen
Mary
it.
was so good.
I've only seen it once. I've only seen Urban Legend once, and normally when I only watch something once, it's because I don't really like it very much. Because I will rewatch the films that I love. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. about
Urban
that.
Legends class. The third one, Bloody Mary, was
There
really
we go
good.
again.
Yeah,
There
we
we go
are.
again.
Was that second sight?
I think Nards has got somebody below him just
Yo.
passing time.
A goblin.
Puff up, puff up.
There's a trap door.
There's young Jamie lying on the flare. There you go. Love that. There you go.
No, the third one's really great. And what I love about the third one is they talk about the third one in the first one. And the third one's like a
Bloody
prequel.
Mary.
I thought it was a phenomenal one, but
That's quite good.
that's me. It is. And that's that same era. That's that same time period where slashery horrors were all right. Same time American Pie and all that came out. I totally agree with you. I think it sucks that they didn't keep in a lot of the references to Jamie Lloyd, but I understand it. Here's something for you though. Another Lee. Janet Leigh was in it. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
What's funny is the older she got, the more she looked like Norman Bates' mum sitting in that chair.
I know.
That's me just being absolutely fucking shallow. But you know what I mean, if you compare that image to when that fucking chair gets turned around in Psycho, it's not dissimilar. But no, it was a nice wee addition. And the fact she's driving the exact same car that
Yeah.
With the
she
same
had in
number plate.
Psycho.
The score was in that as well from Psycho.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
also there was the line that she said everybody's entitled to one good scare or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I recognise that for somewhere. And I was like,
Thing
oh,
is as well,
it's fucking
like
Psycho.
it comes full circle because Jamie Lee Curtis really only got that part because she was Janet Leigh's daughter. You know,
Aye.
it was no secret about it. Like it was like, well, of course we're gonna go with this. But I would say that Jamie Lee Curtis has eclipsed her mum's career and in horror,
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
100%, which is
Aye.
hard to do, right? When you look at actors and when they come from like big names.
I would argue that Jamie Lee Curtis's performance in H2O is much better than her performance in the original.
It should always
yeah.
be. Though.
And two, it's like she is genuinely good in it. In fact, I think everybody's genuinely good in it for what they're doing, especially for a horror film. Like horror films are normally where actors start to try and get noticed, and they're a bit kind of shaky, rusty, whatever. But I think pretty much everybody in this does a decent job. You had I think it was one of the first of the PAL group to get killed off. What was his name? Charles.
Charlie,
right?
he's from he's from Jumanji.
He's in Jumanji.
He was
Aye.
supposed to be a Michael Myers, by the way.
I was watching it going, well, what was actually, I was thinking, I know that boy. His nose is really familiar. That was what I was thinking, is like a really familiar nose. And then I was like, I think it's the boy for Jumanji. And then
I just know that
sure
wee guy
enough
is the
it
wee
was.
guy for, is it Tate? Little Tate
Little
or
Man
something?
Tate.
And he was like the wee autistic guy. Was he
Mate,
autistic?
I've never seen that. I know of it. I've never seen it though. Is that a good one?
No,
That's
really.
quite good.
See, when Adam Hand-Bird auditioned to play Charlie in H2O, his audition included him being the copycat Michael Myers. Nard, you correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
No, yeah.
So he got that job thinking, right? Because initially it was going to be that he was a copycat, and then Michael Myers shows up and leathers him, right? Which, by the way, Jason's done. They did that with Friday the 13th, where he had like a copycat. It's like every franchise borrows, eh? But he was initially that. Then they came to him and was like, we're going to go another way with it, but you're just going to be the pal now, right? And that was literally it. But it was a good casting, and we don't really see much of that dude anymore. Do you know what I thought was a shame, though? See, when you get that really... Because we saw it in Halloween... Where would it have been? The Halloween 5, where the stepdad was just an arsehole, right?
6.
Was it 6? 6. It was 6, right? Because I'm thinking it was Jamie Lloyd's, but it wasn't. But Brennan, he was really sound, and just in anyway, he proper gets that Judge Dredd killing. You know, like it wasn't enough that he gets stabbed in the back and lifted, right? But then you just have to see the knife poking through further, man. I was like, no, that must hurt, eh? And he's just like, ah! I'm like, I'd be like, yeah. Fucking, it just looks so sore, eh?
We need more Scottish slasher films just to hear folk going, you bastard!
You're getting jabbed. I'm telling my pals.
Do you care who my cousin is?
Again, your mum.
Oh, man. Jordan Jones asks, outside of the OG Halloween, which sequel do you think has the best ending?
H2O.
I would have to agree.
I actually really like the end of 6, but to be daft here, the one where you basically hear him milking Donald Pleasance. I quite like that.
I mean, is that the producer's cut that I watched, or is that the theatrical cut that everybody else has seen?
Producer's cut is where he stands. Michael Myers is standing in a circle. There's a circle of stones that stop him from moving.
No, I'm not talking about that one.
Yeah, that's basically the ending.
Are you talking about the one where there's a mask in the Manjaro?
Yeah.
And he's on his fitness journey.
See, I watched Resurrection before I watched H2O, so I didn't watch them in order. So
why did you do that?
Why do that to yourself?
Fucking knows. And see, when it got to the end of H2O, I was trying to watch to see if there was anything that would like discredit the start of Resurrection, and I couldn't really see anything, to be honest.
Everything discredits it.
No, but you know what I mean. It's like that's no. I was just trying to see if there was any stuff.
No, there's one thing actually at the end of Resurrection when at the end of H2O when Michael's pinned against the tree with the van, and she walks up to him and he's still alive. She's like, Michael, and the first thing he does is grab the mask, and he's almost going, "What the fuck is this?
Why not take it off then?"
Mm-hmm.
But he's going, "What the fuck is this?" And then she chops his head off. Then it turns out in Resurrection that was a paramedic.
Yeah, but
I bet he's wondering if H2O has been edited to have that in it, so that it makes more sense in Resurrection.
No, he's doing this like to pretend that he's, oh my God, what have I done? Help me so I can grab you and kill you, basically.
Right, okay. Because obviously I knew what was coming in the next one. So when I saw him doing that was him like, what the fuck have I got a mask on for? Why am I pinned against a tree? I'm a paramedic.
They've just used that as an excuse for the retcon. Like, oh, we can use that because it looks like he's...
I saw your retcon video, by the way. It was class. Enjoyed that.
Really like that.
Here's the thing, though. With that, let's look at it. So Michael Myers was chasing Laurie, as he does, as Michael Myers is I'm going to get you, right? I'm going to get you. But just in case I actually fall down a hill and get wedged between a car and get my head cut off, Kim, what I'll do? You, come here. Right, you take my mask just in case. And I'm just going to watch. Because now that she thinks that I'm dead, would it not make more sense to go up and kill her than to walk away into the trees?
Yeah, 100%.
Eh? It just isn't Michael Myers, is it? No. Right, and as well, see if you look back in it's the start of H2O. Resurrection. He goes in, fucks up Laurie, and we know how good Michael Myers is at covering his fucking tracks. Eh? He goes to the John Wayne Gacy boy and he's like, "Here, take my knife," so they all think it was you. Like, when was he ever arsed about covering his tracks? Never.
Right. Well, I think maybe he was looking at that guy. Sorry, Matthew.
The wee John Wayne Gacy guy who's like obsessed by serial killers who doesn't get locked in his room. which is I found bizarre.
I know.
It's a wee bit weird. By the way, just I'm assuming we're going to move on to Resurrection shortly. I'm guessing, right? Because we've spent a lot of time talking about H2O. My wee thirst in H2O was Jodie Lynn O'Keefe, who played
Charlie's bird, Sarah.
I had a proper thing for her back in the day. She was in.
She is all that for sure.
She was in. She's all that. And
Prison Break.
Was she in prison? Oh, so she was.
He was the bad, hard woman.
She's all that. I mean, she plays the proper bitch in the film. But I always had a proper thing for her. And when I saw that the night, I was like, oh, aye, that's why. She's fucking. What a that's a lovely bit of gear there, as they say. And I quite liked her chase and death sequence. It was quite good. It was quite thrilling.
Yeah, I like that.
Aye, it was like with the dumbwaiter thing and all that. They wouldn't call it a dumbwaiter now, would they? They'd be like, "Whoa, you can't do that. You can't call it that."
Aye, she gets her leg Syrian.
Aye, it gets Syrian to fuck. Aye.
But was that not a callback to Danielle Harris? Because she did the whole dumbwaiter thing as well. No, it wasn't a dumbwaiter. It was
a mentally challenged waiter.
As a suit. A shoot.
It's just a shoot. Aye.
I
like the angle of her death because you can only see it from from her point of view, looking up at Michael, and he's getting right in there.
Aye, he's getting in there.
Some good deaths in Resurrection. There are some, and that's another thing is like the kills. So Resurrection obviously this film ends where Jamie Lee Curtis cuts off the head, and what I liked about it was quite straight to the minute she cuts the head off, it kind of hits with the Halloween theme, which I did like that. Rob Zombie done the same thing. I thought the way that, and we'll get to that next week, right? But the way Rob Zombie's Halloween ends is Laurie Strode shoots Michael and she just screams and it just ends. I thought that's a fucking. Sometimes we do fuck about too much with the ending, right? Expecting too much and the eyes open and all that. Sometimes just shoot the motherfucker, scream and go. It's done. And I thought H2O done a decent enough job of that. You know, head off. It's playing. She's like, it's over. Another thing, just before we move on for H2O, initially they had him saying Laurie, right? They were going to have him speak. Did you hear that?
No.
You never heard that?
No.
It was in it was a YouTube video actually I watched where they said initially the plan was for when he reached his hand out, he was going to say Laurie for the first time he was going to speak because they truly seen this as the end. How
good would it be if he'd done this like T2?
Just give her the figure.
or even like the Scottish version. Smell your
I fucking miss something good, didn't I?
After 20 years, smell your maw. That'd have been something, eh? Oh man. So Resurrection, I remember that coming out. And that was where we basically saw that Michael's no dead. And for some reason he put a mask on paramedic that he just so really well knows how to squeeze the larynx on someone to make them not speak. Didn't make sense, but you forgive it straight away. You're like, right, cool. Where are we going with now?
Also, just one other wee note. I don't know if he's mentioned this when I was away doing things that should not be discussed. Why leave the mask on a dead body? There's been a few times it's been guilty the leaving a mask on in situations where it shouldn't get left on. Jail. And now in a fucking body bag. Now I'll leave the mask on. A bit kind of daft when you think about it objectively. This is the thing about these films is that when you watch them when you're young, you don't think about these things. You enjoy the films for what they present to you. But when you start watching them with a bit more of a grown-up mind, I speak for myself only here.
That's the way to talk about Matthew,
man. When you watch them with a grown-up mind, you're like, that wouldn't fucking happen.
Plus, in Resurrection, he's going to have went to the shops to buy another mask.
Also, sorry, the mask, Resurrection, was it a bit too eyebrowy, or was it that just me?
I had makeup on, I think. Yeah, he was like blusher and stuff in the eyeliner, or guy liner on his eyes.
Guy.
Aye, so the thing I was saying earlier on about Michael would need to take the time to put makeup on in that, which is against what
It looks
Michael Myers
proper
would
Karen
do.
in that photo.
And like what the fuck, like that left eyebrow he has, sorry, his right, our left is kind of going, all right, mate.
That
And
eyebrow's saying if you smell what I'm cooking, that's what that says.
in fact, go back to that picture again. Go back to that picture again. That right eyebrow he has is my wife when I say I'm just popping up to my mates for a wee while.
That's
That
that's
whole
what William
facial
Shatner looks
expression.
like the new.
Was that?
That's what William Shatner looks like the new.
Funny enough, they took his face and turned it into Michael Myers, and now Shatner's face is turning it into Michael Myers.
I also
Class.
felt for a guy living in the sewers, his overalls were pretty clean. In
Aye.
Resurrection. Again, I noticed that. I don't know why. I just was like, right, okay.
In Resurrection, it gets made clear that he's sleeping under his old house, eating rats. Mate, he could just go to the shop.
He's not got money. I don't think he's got a job. I can imagine Michael Myers kicking about his mask, working at fucking Walmart. You know what I mean?
No, but I think he didn't. I don't think he'd have to be. He's Michael Myers. Doesn't have to resort to eating rats. Here's the cast, by the way. A few familiar faces there. We go. Kev from American Pie. He doesn't have to get it. Sarah.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen somebody stabbed in the top of the head since fucking Under Siege. Like that's a long time between those two films. That was 1993 to 1990. Oh, sorry, to 2002, and I had never seen somebody get stabbed in the top of the head, which is a very impractical place to stab somebody because that bit's hard as fuck. Like, I'm not speaking for experience. I'm just thinking about like kind of logically and knowing what the human body's made of. That's not a good place to stab somebody unless you're Michael Myers and you've got super strength for inexplicable reasons. The Thorne. Which was
Overall-
retconned. The whole Thorne thing was retconned in these, wasn't it?
It's in the contract.
They basically said it all got a bit messy and a bit too hard to explain. So they're like, Ken, what? Rip this page. Right, we'll just start for here.
They should
But
never
by the
have
way-
tried to explain it. They should never have tried to explain it. It was
Yeah.
a daft move for day one to try
What's
and
the
explain
overall
it.
feeling for all you guys when a franchise goes, do you know what? That was then and this is new. Like, what's your overall feeling at? Are you all right with them just going, you know what? Let's just pretend that shit didn't happen. Retconning. Are you all right with that?
Aye, but
As long as they don't get
I
a
am.
lot.
I'm all right with it, but only in this day and age when they can let folk know in advance. Because imagine like the days before the internet when you wouldn't know really that this is ignoring the previous movies unless somebody goes on fucking Saturday Night Live or fucking what's their what late night talk shows and tells folk. By
And
the
they
way,
watch all that shit, mate.
before you go to watch this, just know that Halloween 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10 have been ignored.
Matthewman, Nards, you guys
know-
all right with them getting
Well,
retconned?
do you know what's funny? Before H2O came out in '98, we had 4 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies up at this point, and every Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out, the first 4 were all
Really?
every single one of them
That's true.
retconned the one before, and nobody batted an eyelid.
That's true.
You know, so
So do you think there's too much information out there now? Is that the problem? There's too like without knowing, you just go and see the film and enjoy it for what it is.
I guess
But
people
maybe-
do that. Yeah, the general audience go into a movie. That sometimes that's why they stopped giving numbers to some sequels. You know, you got like Hellraiser 1, Hellraiser 2, Hellraiser 3, Halloween 1, Halloween 2. At some point, nobody really cared or wanted a number at the end. So it's Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, because they didn't really want people to know, well, this is the 18th movie in the franchise. Because some people were like, nah, don't care about that. They'll just go in and see a film wherever it starts, and the general audience will either like it or they won't.
Actually, Kevin actually has a copy of Halloween 6 called The Curse of Michael. It's not even called Michael Myers.
Nards, what's
Um,
yours? Is yours like that?
What?
So I've
Curse
got
of
a
Michael?
fucking it's literally called The Curse of Michael, and it's not even about
It's Barrymore.
There comes a new song. Here comes that song. Look. Kirsty Michael, look.
Oh, aye. Yeah,
Right. But it's legit. I bought it in HMV.
We did some chat GPTing on this, and it was like,
Oh, really?
there was maybe some issues at some point with misprints. So the DVD says the Curse of Michael Myers, but the cover says the Curse of Michael.
Mad.
Oh, aye.
Which is a bit.
I don't have it there, but I'll double check that.
I bet you, if you got yours from the UK, I bet you yours on the front says the Curse of Michael. Guaranteed.
I've got the American Blu-ray, the Scream Factory box set.
Mind we were told we would get sent name.
This is the curse.
He did. We had on what's his name, Clint, the guy that owns that company. He came on to talk about the new Halloween set and he was like, "We'll send you some DVDs." I was like, "Okay, class, thanks." Still waiting. That's like 6 years ago, man. Devontae Huntley says, "There's nothing wrong with explaining a killer. People need to stop acting like they always have to be a mystery. That angle only works when it's the original and it's new, but gets stale over time." Okay, no problem. I'll make sure to do exactly as you say, Devontae. Right, lads? He's what a shop. but I that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like, I think sometimes you just got to accept what's given to you and just go, right, is what it is, eh? Jordan Jones says, "I can't believe that the director of Halloween 2, 1981, directed Halloween Resurrection. It baffles me. It really does."
Doesn't tell. It just goes to show how much influence John Carpenter had on Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously had nothing to do with Resurrection. So,
Do you think that Resurrection would This was a theory that I came up with as I was watching it just before I came on tonight. Do you think that Halloween Resurrection might have worked better if they just did it in the style of something like The Host or whatever, where everything you see is purely for what you would see on the internet, as opposed to crossing it with here's the film and here's random bits of live camera footage? I think it might have worked better if it was just done like a live stream.
I
I
disagree.
could watch a full film of that, to be honest. I struggle sometimes when it's things like that.
I think.
But this film, but Resurrection is objectively pish, so it'd be hard to make it pisher. I'm thinking that maybe doing it that way might have made it better. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that I think this would have worked. It was a thought process.
Blair Witchy.
I think regardless, you do it like the with what we got or with what you're saying, Jay. Resurrection dated really fast because of the technology that they used. It was so Big Brother back then, and now that kind of stuff just doesn't happen anymore. You don't get that type of film or even TV show anymore. And the bomb, like Big Brother and stuff, you just don't get it anymore. So
Big Brother's still on, and nobody's watching it. It's fucking hilarious.
Exactly. So it's dated so fast.
I think I watched Big Brother maybe, like, I never watched the live Big Brother, right? That was never a thing of mine, but I would watch the weekly or daily show that they would put out with the snippets. Mm-hmm. Maybe for the second and third season, right? After that, I was like, this is pish. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm not watching this crap anymore. But I don't know. I still, there's a wee bit of me that thinks that the film might have worked a wee bit better if it was just done like that. Like, this is what you'd be watching as a live audience in this situation. But also,
to that, but no,
like the first kill Michael does in that film with the tripod. I've never seen a tripod with sharp fucking legs on it in my life. Like, I've only really been working with tripods truly since Kevin and I started doing this. But I've never seen one with sharp feet. Has anybody else seen a tripod with sharp feet? Unless you work in surveying or something, and you have to fucking stick them into the ground.
We have a tripod that looks like fucking a minigun when it's all folded up, but no sharp feet. Here, Devante says H6 didn't even rely much on Thorne. Anyway, the teacup. That's talked about in one scene, and then the rest of the movie does away with it. Really, Michael's still a brutal force and terrifying. The theatrical.
It's funny though, because I do think the theatrical cut is, even though it's a bit of a fucking shit show, I still think it's better than the producer's cut. I think
Yeah,
that producers don't really understand what filmmaking is. They just see dollar signs, and they think. I think that a lot of the time they get a bit above their station, especially with folk like the Weinsteins. They get a bit above their station and thinking that they know best as to what people want to see. Leave it to the director. The director will do what he's going to do, and you'll probably get the best version of, like, if you hire a director, you have to trust that he's going to make a good film. And if you don't, why did you fucking hire him? I just think producers sticking their nose in very rarely works out well, and I think that's the case with that one. Anyway, we're not talking about them.
Look at you telling yourself off to get back on track
I
while we're all silent.
It has to be done every now and again.
I watched a film the other week, and it was, I can't remember the name of it was, Succubus or something like that. And the first 45 minutes of it was all phone screens and computer screens. It was as if the guy was chatting, and it was boring as hell. And the second, I think I just stuck with it because the kind of bad woman was worth watching. And then the second 45 minutes, I actually go.
Yeah.
But at the start, when you were just watching fucking webcam footage and stuff, it wasn't fun.
The thing is, I'm making this argument for would it have worked better like this? I'm not saying it would have been a good film, but it's a bad film anyway. So would this have made it? Maybe it would have changed its IMDb score from a 3.9 to a 4.1 if they did it that way.
But then
it was still a bad film.
You wouldn't have had the iconic Busta Rhymes kind of fly kicking him through a wall.
Mate, I think he's been too harsh. Look at the concept itself, right? So say you're sitting in that room. Here, we've done everything with Halloween. Where do we want to go? We're not got Jamie Lee Curtis anymore. Here, why don't we just stick a big bunch of dafties in a house and have Michael chase them about and slash them all? That's a great concept, no?
It would have been It would have been a good concept if any of the characters were interesting. Like, stick us four in the house. It would have been a fucking laugh. Do you know what I mean? But a bunch of random annoying cunts.
By the way,
just no.
By the way, there's a. I had to beep him out. Sorry. There was a. What his face for American Pie? He was off a touchy feely, like in a. Like, I don't know anybody that acts like that. You know what I mean? Most definitely was a strange one for its time as well. I think at that time we were a bit still like, here, let's be better. You know what I mean? He's like touching her and everything, and he's so out of order to the point where when he gets the dagger to the head, there's no like, oh, we'll miss him. You know?
I don't know.
This scene, mate.
That was weird.
Why the hell does she kiss him as he's doing her in? Nards, I'm looking at you.
He was holding onto that ledge with like two fingers at the time.
He's Michael Myers, though, it's all right.
Twisted room.
All right. What do you think?
Do you think the film would have been better if they'd kept Laurie Strode alive?
No.
No.
That was the best. That was probably the best. They shouldn't have killed her off. However, that was probably the best part of the movie, which is ironic.
You're not a big fan of Resurrection?
Who?
You, Nards?
No.
And what were your big takeaways? Like
why I don't like it?
Yeah.
It's just a terrible story, terrible Michael, terrible acting, terrible that Jamie Lee Curtis took her $5 million just to take that one wee scene that she wrote herself into.
5 mil?
5 mil, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's why she done it, because she's all about the money.
Well, she is. She is. So you said something earlier in the show that she actually pushed to be in that scene more. Like, give us a wee bit of that, because that's something I've not heard.
Yeah, so she went, I think there was like, so I followed the script when it began. So the internet was just kind of new back then. So the only way I could get access to the internet was in school. So at every lunchtime, being a sado, I would sit in computing class on HalloweenMovies.com, and I was taking part in like surveys. I was on the forums and stuff, and it was going to be called Halloween Homecoming.
That's right.
And they had like 4 scripts for it, and they even asked us, the members of HalloweenMovies.com what we want to happen in Homecoming. This is how I know that there was no like
Right.
the ending to H2 was final, because one of the ideas they had was to give us a movie without Michael Myers and have one with a ghost of Michael Myers. But the one that kind of went with was he was going to swap the bodies in H2O with a police officer. And that was written in the script, a police officer. So had they have filmed the paramedic scene before that, it wouldn't have made sense if they already had the idea of a police officer swatching bodies. So many different ideas anyway, but Homecoming was the original idea. And I can't remember where I was going with this, but it was 4 different scripts that they had. Halloween Homecoming, and then they obviously scrapped it all and decided they were going to retcon it to have the paramedic, blah, 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 and the rest of history. So the whole thing about Resurrection, I just didn't like. And do you know, when I first watched the movie, I went to the cinema to see it. No, I didn't go to the cinema and see it. I got the DVD. But the first time I saw it, I think I forced myself to like it. Even though I didn't think I liked what I was seeing. I was like, I don't want to hate a Halloween movie. So I'll just say I like it. And
lie to yourself. We all do it.
yeah, I genuinely lied to myself. And obviously, when I watched that again, I'm like, I don't like this film. And it was disheartening.
I felt like when I seen the start of Resurrection, I felt like I was just watching the end of H2O.
There was a definite feel.
And it wasn't in a good way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this feels like I've already got to the end of the film in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and I'm not interested whatsoever in anything that happens after this. And Busta Rhymes is fucking annoying in this film. Like, his acting is diabolical.
That was one of the things I was going to say. Is like Busta Rhymes is probably the worst thing in this film, but at the same time, the best thing in the film.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed it. You were saying though that Jamie Lee Curtis pushed to get herself more into the film.
Oh yeah,
That's where we're going with that.
Yeah, so in this, one of the scripts was that we were just going to kill off Laurie Strode off screen, and then Jamie Lee Curtis says, "Well, why don't I just come back and you can kill me on screen?" And like, all right, okay. And she's like, okay, yeah, $5 million though. So like, all right, okay. So she got herself written into the script a little bit more than what she initially was, so that she could get killed off screen. So that was her idea. She loved it. She wanted to be a part of it. But as soon as the film got a bad rap, she went, "Oh, that was my contract. I had to do it." You know, and you're like, "Shut up."
She even says
She's lying.
in that fucking Sean Clark interview where she's basically lays it all out. She's like this, and unfortunately, that's why. Unfortunately, I had to be in Resurrection. Oh, Resurrection.
And
right? What a cow, man.
Surely you know what, like, I can tell when, personally, I can tell when someone's lying. And honestly, it's every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, why are you lying? Like, you're lying every single thing you're saying. Everything.
Aye.
Can I test that the new Barry? I fucking loved Halloween 3, by the way. I think it's one of the best films ever made. I think it's a travesty that anybody hates Halloween 3.
You're telling the truth. Next question.
Did you think Jamie Lee Curtis was lying when she says you can't tell which one of my daughters are trans?
No comment.
That's you, man.
I'll get a wee email. Next week on the show.
on a separate note, do you want to hear a fun fact about Halloween Resurrection?
Let's go.
Please.
Okay.
It's probably a good direction to go at this point.
So have you seen Three Men and a Baby?
No,
yes.
But I know of it.
We'll pretend you have, Kev.
I've seen it.
So remember in Halloween Resurrection, you've got Ryan Merriman, the boy who's dressed up as like the Blues Brothers in the Halloween party.
Yeah.
So him and his mate, who like he's messaging the main girl, and his mate's with him. So his mate is an actor called Billy Kay, and Billy Kay played the stunt baby for the baby in Three Men and a Baby.
A stunt baby.
A stunt baby.
Yeah. So if you want to
I like
how
it's like, listen, we've got a normal baby here, but this one's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Stunt baby.
It's a bit dangerous to put this baby in the air, so let's bring in the stunt baby. So he was the stunt baby.
The one we don't mind if it gets hurt.
Aye.
No parents and all that.
No
By the way,
contract there.
they were dressed as the Pulp Fiction guys, weren't they?
Oh, Pulp Fiction. So it was. I'm saying
Aye.
Blues Brothers.
I corrected nerds.
I'm actually
Fucking yes.
honestly, I think it was the Blues Brothers. I was just being nice to you.
I think there is Blues Brothers in there, but
Oh
definitely.
fuck! Shit. No.
However,
no.
definitely, I think the Pulp Fiction thing is. I think the boy has the afro.
He's got an afro.
Oh yes, Pulp Fiction. I was right.
But it was the early 2000s, so that they were nice enough not to make him black up for it.
Yeah.
Do you know, and we were already getting to the point where we thought blacking up's fucking grim. Let's not do this anymore.
And then we got.
So they just
then
gave
we
him
got
like
Thunder.
I know.
6 years later.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? Too good, man. It didn't make sense with her kissing him. Like, is this just like the goodbye? Also, what's going on with the fucking haircut? She looks.
I think she looked more like Laurie Strode for the original with that hair.
It's 3 years later, right? And she's grown her hair and she's in a proper psychiatric ward because she killed somebody accidentally. I think of all times for you to go into a psychiatric ward, it probably wouldn't have been just killing somebody, right?
What?
I think they went too far away. Oh, she starts off in a psychiatric ward.
No, like she's got proper guilt for finding out that she killed a random guy with a tash as opposed to Michael Myers.
But let's look at the thing. Let's look at it. It's not like she was like, here, I'm just going to kill somebody today. It was in amongst everything. You know, collateral damage.
Aye, but the human brain normally, I don't think, works like that. Like, if you know within, just say you find it within half an hour of killing what you think is your arch nemesis that you've been fighting mentally for the last 20 years, say you find out that you think you've killed him, and then half an hour later you find out you killed Jimmy McGroarty for fucking Bath Lane by accident. Do you know what I mean? I think it would actually fuck you up. Why she's got a Annabelle doll in her room is a bit beyond me. Like, where did that come from?
That's her doll from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
She had that in Halloween 1.
In that case, that's not beyond me at all, and I totally noticed that.
And that explains where Michael came from. Right?
But I like that whole thing about her spitting out her meds and keeping it inside the doll. So I like that there's wee moments of that opening sequence that I actually do like, and I do quite like the guy that's obsessed with serial killers. I quite like him. And then when he sees Michael Myers, he just rattles off stats about him.
So what
that's
saying,
what somebody in that situation would do.
What you're saying,
I'm not finished, and I know. I like that. I know. I'm trying to cut you off. I liked those elements of it. But as soon as that opening sequence was done, I lost interest completely in anything else that was happening after it, because I think that was the best bit of the film.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm done. Kev muted yourself.
It wasn't even. He didn't even enjoy watching these people getting killed because you thought you're an arsehole.
They're arseholes, weren't they?
Best thing about it was Busta Rhymes, and he was shite.
Even the main girl, like although she was attractive and likable, but I still didn't give a shit because she's new to the franchise, and I didn't feel like there was anywhere else that they could have taken her character other than be the catalyst for making this film go forward. But even that's arguable because the catalyst is probably arguably the blonde girl that gets her head cut off. She's the one that makes it all happen. So why not make her the final girl?
I think Tyra Banks should have been the final girl.
Can you see me?
That would have been. You mentioned Tropic Thunder earlier. Imagine when they picked up, said, "This is fake," and just started laughing.
I moved my mic and it disconnected. Get this. What I was saying is, you guys are saying that you're...
You dick.
Would have gotten away with it too
he's only done a few podcasts with us and he's already turning into Kev.
Going in the right direction, son. Right? The bit that you are saying, the part that you enjoyed the most about Resurrection was the part that Jamie Lee Curtis was in, the part that she pushed to be in for. So we're giving her too much credit here, lads.
But she's still got star power, and her character has got power in that franchise. And when you take that power away, the power of Michael Myers maybe it just isn't enough to make it worth watching anymore. I think you have to have that what's the word? They're nemesis to each other, and when you take one away, it just it's like killing the Joker. Don't never kill the Joker.
What does
I mean-
Michael Myers do when he's not chasing Laurie Strode?
Eats rats.
Right? Really,
He
though.
watches Big Brother.
And even
Chases
it chases what?
Jamie, his niece.
Nah, but look at it even from the Halloween H2O aspect. He gets her at the start of Resurrection. He gets at the start of Resurrection, and then he just kind of goes away. He gives a knife, as to say, "I'm done. This is over to you now." Just lives out eating rats. Is that what
Drawing
we believe?
eyebrows on his masks.
No, I
What are you
mean,
doing today, Michael? Just going to get my mask threaded.
These-
You know what I
But
mean?
these are questions that don't need answered. I think that's what makes Halloween 1 work, because there is no answers to like what he does in his spare time, how he can drive a car, does he go to
well,
the toilet.
Maybe somebody here taught him.
they did. I read the novelization of Halloween, and it was the groundskeeper who taught him to drive.
Willie.
Aye. Right, laddies.
Just put it into first gear.
Pretty much.
Lift the clutch out gently and push down on the accelerator. It'll be absolutely perfect. Good job, Michael. That's my impression of somebody that's no Scottish, doing a Scottish guy.
Don't kill me, Michael.
You see,
Oh, no, you're
it made the guy used to do on Real Radio. Was it Hector Brocklebank or something?
Hector
There was-
Brocklebank for HP Flash. Aye.
Oh, aye,
That's the felly.
Well,
Right,
that's
I
who
mean-
taught him to drive.
I mean the episode. He phoned a crematorium. Hector Brocklebank phoned a crematorium to ask if he could use their smoke to smoke his fish because his was broken. It was fucked, man. Like the stuff this guy got. But my favourite ever one, it wasn't Hector Brocklebank, but it was the same guy. Was it George Galloway? Is that the guy's name?
Is it the wee woman? I can't mind the wee woman's name.
I can't mind, but George Galloway. He found out the team. He found out the hotel that this. I think it was the Celtic team was staying at when they were playing in a certain tournament, and he phoned up this player. He phoned up a player to say that he had an outstanding bill for corn. Sorry, oh, I hate that shit. He had an outstanding bill for corn, and the guy was like, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's all paid for. It's all taken care of by the club. He's like, no, your specific room has an outstanding bill. Like, what did I rent? Like, my pay per view? What was it? And he's like, oh no, it was like Lesbian Adventure 6. And he's like, no, the one I watched had guys in it. And then Galloway fucking lost it. He just burst out laughing. And he was like, it's George Galloway at fucking 106.4. It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard, but I can tell that Kev's tuned out.
No.
There he is. He's back. But no, they hangs. It was, I can't even remember. It was a Galloway in the morning, man. Some of the stuff he used to do was brilliant. Hector Brocklebank was a mainstay. Thanks for bringing that up, Craig, and making me take the rap for going on about it.
Right.
Aye, so this film's about a bunch of basic characters that I don't think did anybody invest in any characters. I think the main character actually, the girl, what was her name? I feel like I did. I thought she was a good character. Would you agree?
Nah.
Nah, nothing invested in her.
She couldn't even scream. Like the actual actress Bianca Kaslich couldn't scream. They had to get a stunt screamer in for her.
A stunt screamer, prop screamer. Why? Why could she not?
By the
scream?
way, I had to chat GPT how to pronounce her name, and it's actually Kylick. Just so you know.
There you go.
Kylick is how you pronounce that name. But she was in a sitcom. She was in a sitcom that I used to really enjoy called Rules of Engagement.
Yeah.
And I used to to me that was probably my favorite American sitcom. It was really funny.
I like that.
And she was good in it. She's better at comedy than she is at horror, definitely.
She was in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Great show.
Not a show.
That's a film, mate.
Oh no, I'm thinking of 8 Simple Rules.
Simple Rules.
Well, I'm a clown. 10 Things I Hate About You. I came with that. She was in Bring It On, so she should have got paid more than everybody, right? Because she was in Bring It On.
I don't think
Aye.
I've seen any of them.
So what was the budget of this was like? Was it 17 million or something? Which is quite generous for a film this bad to get 17 million allocated to it. 5 million of it went to Jamie Lee Curtis for her
Exactly,
10
yeah.
minutes. For her 10 minutes. So 12 million was left for the rest, and that's what we got. That's what.
Kind of watching Resurrection, I kind of thought it was more. Remember, there was a good time where it was like Hellraiser films. They just wanted to keep the rights, so that they just keep churning out shite.
Something. Yeah.
So basically, they would just have a script and go, right, we'll put Pinhead at the end of it, and it's a Hellraiser film. I just felt that's what Resurrection was. That
Do
could
you
have
know
been anything.
apart from the Hellraiser remake or the reboot, which I actually liked, despite my reservations on actually watching it. I've never seen one past 3. I never seen Bloodlines or any of the other shite that they churned out. I never
Bloodlines
seen
is
any,
good. I like
I never
Bloodlines.
I
but
never
only
seen
watch any
any of
other
them.
ones.
I never seen any of
Yeah,
them.
we've a fun bit of trivia for you. Our review of that Hellraiser film is the one that got us in trouble, and I had to take a course.
You showed
Bloodlines.
it wasn't the fact that you were calling that woman fanny neck, it was the fact that you showed a guy getting bullied.
No, it's not a guy getting bullied. It was 2 guys scrapping, and they ended up in a cubicle while a guy's doing a shit. And it's like they're fighting like hell, and the guy's like, "Here, I'm unrelated here, but just try to do this. Do you mind getting out?" And they're just like ignoring him. And it was really funny at the time. It exists on YouTube without any issue. So you would think by screen sharing it here and having a laugh about it, but they made me take a course. And that was on that Hellraiser episode. So if you want to see our review of Hellraiser, you can't. It was taken away. But
I liked Hellraiser Bloodlines. Was that out before Jason X? Was Pinhead in space before Jason?
Aye, Bloodlines was 96. It was directed by Scott Derrickson, who directed
You are kidding me on.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose and Doctor Strange 2 and Doctor Strange 1.
Sinister.
Sinister, yeah. He's a good director.
Black
I think that was,
Phone.
yeah, I think that's one of his first ones, Bloodlines.
aye.
I like it.
I might actually watch that one knowing that he's behind it.
It's more.
It's not a Hellraiser movie. Like I think Hellraiser 4, 5, 6, and 7 were written as non-Hellraiser movies, but to make them popular, they just popped in Hellraiser characters just to make it
Right.
Hellraiser.
That's not a bad shout. Not a bad
And
shout. Here, by the way,
Bloodlines is like a wee anthology. It's like, I think, is it 3 different stories? But they're all connected.
Aye.
you
And
could
Henry
probably
Cavill. Henry Cavill's in one of them
a young Henry Cavill.
as Superman.
They needed to just add the IP. Hey, get this right, Mike. In this film, look at the marketing on Resurrection. Jamie Lee Curtis is Jamie Lee Curtis of H2O. She doesn't appear like that in the film. Why do you think they used that for the marketing? Do you know that?
No, I guess it was just cheap marketing. The copy and paste images that they had for H2O onto
Clearly.
Resurrection. That's what it looks like to me.
Which is quite lazy, really. How much of a budget do you really need to, like, just take a couple of photos of Jamie Lee Curtis on set and then put her in the poster that is going to, you know what I mean? I think they probably done it strategically to be like, this is just like H2O, and you're getting the same deal, not knowing that you're going to get, her done in straight away, because it's that whole executive decision. Steven Seagal and Kurt Russell. And it's like Steven Seagal. There's a Steven Seagal box set I bought my mum, and on the pitch, like that film's in there. And Steven Seagal's like, "See ya," right at the start of the film. You know what I mean?
Or Emilio Estevez in Mission Impossible.
I think with the Steven Seagal thing, he was meant to be in it for longer, but he was such a knob on the set that they killed him off.
I so want a full movie of Tom Segura as Steven Seagal. I would watch that in a heartbeat.
It could happen. Here, I felt that this film, Resurrection, gets too much flack. I don't think it's as bad as what everybody says. I don't think the death scene's that great, and the whole "I'm still alive" is quite like, oh come on, we're doing this. But I think it's quite a good wee concept, right? Do you think this film where the concept would be better if it wasn't a Halloween film, same as like Season of the Witch. Do you think it would be like a great idea is to have the whole Big Brother thing going on, but not Michael Myers?
Don't know. Again, I just think the story is boring, regardless of who is the antagonist in it, like whether it would be Jigsaw, because it's kind of Jigsaw style as well, or Blair Witch 2 was similar to it. I just think it's just a very boring concept and very dated. I just don't have anything nice to say about Resurrection.
I struggle to find how they wouldn't get out of the house though. Hey, oh, door's locked. Oh,
I know.
So we're here for the next couple of years.
And his house turned into a mansion as well. It's like that National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 when he goes into a caravan and it's a big mansion on the inside. You're like, that's what the Michael Myers house was like.
Loaded Weapon 1 is highly underrated, by the way.
That's awesome.
I know.
Lampoon.
So no, I think that it should never have been made. They should have left it at H2O. I think H2O was a decent enough ending to the saga. I mean, Rob Zombie rebooted after that, that's fine, but don't try and continue the storyline for H2O. Just leave it there. The finale that it was meant to be.
Yeah. I'd see that's the problem. At that time, Hollywood didn't play around with remakes that much or reboots, even though H2O was a reboot itself. But they never really, they thought that if they make a mistake in a film, they have to retcon that mistake in the next movie rather than just rebooting it or remaking it. They're thinking, oh no, we've killed Michael. Now we need to think of an elaborate way to bring him back in Resurrection instead of going, do you know what? Enough is enough. Let's just remake it. And that's all thanks to The Ring and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2002 and 2003. Successful remakes. And then they all started thinking, well, let's remake this. Let's remake Dawn of the Dead. Let's remake the Amityville Horror. So that we just got a slew of remakes. So if they'd done that a little bit earlier, then we probably wouldn't have saw Resurrection. We probably just went straight onto that remake.
Yeah.
I feel you. Here's another thing, which I noticed through watching all the... Is he actually shitting on the mic? Are you shitting? Yeah. Unbelievable, man.
Not deliberately, but aye.
Nards keeps his handed just in case it happens to him.
I did it silently.
Wolfman's got sharps.
Right, get this. I noticed, and it's more so now, through watching all the old ones, that all the new trilogy of Halloween is so made up of scenes from the original ones, right?
Yeah.
Truly it is. Another thing, J-Mac, is we were like, here, I could have sworn there was a heat in the washing machine, right, or in the dryer. Resurrection. We got it mixed up. It was Resurrection. And what I thought was really funny about that scene is, oh, what's going on? What's that noise? Oh, it's a heat. Oh, how did you not notice the body there the whole fucking time? Right? Body's lying there. Heatless body.
I think a lot of horror films are guilty of that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's find it. Let's do the reveal, and then let's do the reveal that should have been the obvious fucking thing that you'd spot the first time. Do you know what I mean? But I think the bottom line is Halloween Resurrection is pish.
Read this, J-Mac, please.
Okay, Devontae Huntley says, if you find Resurrection boring, then please reevaluate your attitudes towards Halloween 1 and H2O, because barely much goes on in those movies. But
I feel like we're getting dealt half, man.
But H2, none of us have said that we don't like H2O. I think we all liked it. It just had its problems. Halloween 1, by a modern day standard, has its problems, but I think it still works. It works for what it was at the time, and it was... Nobody had seen anything like that before, and I think that I think that Devontae is, with all due respect, talking out the nuts.
They're Devontae.
I think you're just. I don't know how you're trying to argue for the sake of arguing, because there's no argument to be made there. Like, Resurrection is shite. H2O was watchable and decent.
I suppose I disagree with H2O timeline. It was great timeline until Resurrection. Here, movies are subjective, though. You can absolutely love something, and someone can absolutely hate it. So it's individual. Like we all thought initially, Halloween Ends was like, oh, what the fuck was this? And Nards was like,
And
nah,
I
it was
still
the best
think
film
that.
ever.
I still think that.
Oh, look at Nards! Look at him! He's etching.
I probably need to watch Halloween Ends again. I think I've only ever watched it that one
It's
time.
basically Jason Goes to Hell, right? Kinda,
What?
in a sense. Jason Goes to Hell. You are
What?
now. My essence of evil is now
No.
within you.
No.
Look at that. It's like winding him right up.
I don't know. I think you actually believe that. The
You can
transference
tell when
of
I'm
evil.
lying.
Is it the same guy that's in the new Silent Night movie?
Yep.
Is
Ryan
it?
Campbell.
Ah, there you go.
I only
actor.
seen that today. Like when I sent it to you two, I'd only seen that trailer. Is that a trailer or a teaser? I don't know. I seen it today, and I was like, "What the fuck? They've remade Silent Night, Deadly Night." I had no
Again?
fucking idea. That was again.
We made it in 2012 with Malcolm McDowell and Jamie King. It was just
Never
called
seen that.
Silent
Is it any good?
It's actually not too bad, but it's
Right. Okay.
it's kind of different to the original from '84. It's not bad. It's watchable.
See, I think the problem is that Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is kind of taken over the zeitgeist as the nonsensical, fucking funny sequel like
Is
Troll
that the-
2. I
Is that the
think
Garbage
Silent
Day one.
Garbage Day. I think that's taken over for what the original was, like Troll 2. Like everybody, like, oh my god,
Oh my god!
He's eating her. Him.
and then he's gonna eat me.
Beautiful. Man.
So I think
beautiful.
the nastiness and the badness of the second one has eclipsed what the first one set out to be. Maybe.
Oh no.
So I don't know, man. I'm for it. Let's see what happens with that.
Let's see what happens. Indeed. Did none of you find that particularly funny with Busta Rhymes when he's wearing the mask and Michael walks in? What's this? Troll? Is that a full shebang or just the first one?
Troll 2 as well.
Oh, they're beautiful, man. They're beautiful.
To
That's
the
one thing
village
we-
of Nilbog.
Notice I've not opened it because I'm not watching it.
No. Oh man, nothing better than that. You don't find it funny when he's like screaming at Michael Myers when he's wearing the mask? He's like, "Motherfucker, I told you!" And then Michael's just like, cool. I best go and do what he tells me. Then,
Yeah, that is just sad.
oh.
Like,
And then he kicks his ass at
yeah.
the end. Proper
Aye,
like,
but also while making ridiculous Bruce Lee noises for no good reason whatsoever. See if he just had a square off with him. See if he just had a boxing match with him. Fine. But he was adding in all that.
See the
They
point?
preempted
And
the movie because he was watching kung fu movies.
see this boy
Aye.
at the front. Aye, the guy he's
sorry,
beating
go
everybody
back.
else with
Can
his-
you go back to that picture? Is
Uh-huh.
it just me or does Michael look really out of scale?
he looks quite wee. But see the guy right at the front with the grey shirt on, right?
Uh-huh.
You see, he goes like this to get Michael, right? Michael grabs his hand, and then he goes like this, and he grabs his other hand, and he does this whole thing, and then he picks him right up with both hands, and then he stabs him with his third hand, mate, right into the door.
He's
Did
third
you
leg.
not? He done. What did he stab him with? Because he's holding him like this. Now, observe. If you
I'm
let go of
mixing
this
that.
hand to grab your knife, yeah.
Aye.
Plus, the kitchen knife goes for like that length to about that length. and it's
Right.
been stuck through.
Whilst he's holding him up, he gets stabbed, and it's like, who's doing the stabbing? Because Michael's holding him up with both arms.
Yeah.
That shocked me. I was like, all right.
So Devontae, stop slagging us for hating Resurrection. It's pish.
I never
it's
said I
pish.
hated it. I never said I hated it. I
Oh,
get.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking for the rest of us here. Kevin, did you like Resurrection?
It's not that like I don't hate it. Like I honestly don't. And do you know why? It came out at a time where I was young enough to be like, oh, this is class.
So nostalgia, nostalgia comes
is
back in
playing a
again.
part. It does, mate.
I was having this discussion with my brother earlier on about how nostalgia plays, and we were actually talking about the film Frequency. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen
it.
Frequency,
You mentioned it, aye.
right? Frequency is a great film, right? It's a really well put together time travel, nonsensical, fun mystery thriller that still fucking works today. And he was like, I think nostalgia plays a part in that for you. I was like, it doesn't, because I was older. I was 18 when that came out. I'm
But that's
older.
still nostalgia for you. 18 was like a long time ago for you.
Aye, but watch it recently, and objectively, it's still a fucking good film. And I was having this argument with him. No an argument as such, but he was like, nostalgia's got a big part. And nostalgia does have a big part to play on how we feel about the films that we watch nowadays.
Never ending story, mate.
Aye, never ending story. Aye. What you run away for? Nothing.
I just watched that scene there with the guy, that he did this to him. And he used a third hand to stab him.
100% right.
Yeah, I just watched it.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? I was like, how did he do that? Must have. Hey, we're gonna have to come up with a theory as to how that happened. Unless
he was holding the knife in his willy.
that's only logical, which means he's attracted to that dude. So we've just on this show we've just figured it out. He got a boner. He was killed by a stabby boner.
He had one of the wee kind of cod pieces, like sex machine for Dustle Dawn.
Bradley Williamson says garbage.
Wait, is he just talking about the podcast or is he talking about the fucking film?
I can't tell. Oh, that scene.
Garbage day.
So glad you mentioned Frequency. That's one of my all-time favorite films. Another man falling to nostalgia. I'm joking.
Didn't use your pish. Frequency's fucking class, right?
I'll need to check it out, man, because nostalgia won't.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that for me.
You've never seen it. Wait, Kev, nor you, Matthew, have ever seen Frequency.
Is Dennis Quaid in it?
Yeah,
Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel.
I think I have seen it.
I remember everything about it apart from watching it. It was just not that cup of tea.
I'll need to check it out at some point.
But actually, Nard, you're right. It is a cup of tea film. It's no a sitting with your mates getting pissed watching a film. It's I've got a cup of tea. I've finished NCIS. Let's put this on instead.
I'm just in the bath and it's nearly bedtime. We'll see the end of this.
But it's class, man. It's a great film. Great film.
When you mentioned the nostalgia, there's no worse feeling nostalgia-wise when you show your wains a film that you absolutely adored.
Oh, I
and
know.
they turn around and go,
this is pish. I know. It's so heartbreaking.
Do you know what I love? Like, I showed my youngest son. My youngest son he turns 3. He turns 3 this week. And I tried to show him Flight of the Navigator, right? And beyond the first, like the opening scene with the frisbee and the music and the dogs, he kind of loses interest, but he still wants to watch that opening scene over and over again. So I take that as a wee win. Like,
you're no son of mine.
Like he comes up to me, he's like, Dad, he's like, can we watch? Bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, Flight of the Navigator. Aye. Let's watch it, son. I love it.
It's funny you talk about nostalgia. My son's watched the Halloween movies, right? He's 14 now. He's nearly 15. And do you know what his favourite Halloween movie is?
Go.
Halloween H2O.
Oh.
And he's not nostalgic for it. He just loves it.
Why is that? Did you ask him why?
He loves The Faculty and he loves Scream as well. So I think he's got that late 90s feeling now, which is good.
It's a charm.
Yeah, and I didn't force him to like it. He just liked it.
I suppose that's his late 90s feeling is the same as you and I and Matthewman's late 70s feeling with the original.
Yeah,
it's probably the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't around then, but I did enjoy it.
Kev's young as fuck.
I'm not that young.
I'm sure I've commented. Was it last week when you were doing it? It was. I think Halloween's the only franchise I've watched all the films in order, like 1, 2, 3. Because I think when I was a kid, when you were kind of watching like Elm Streets and Jason, you were basically watching what your pal's dad had on video when you were a kid. I think the first Freddy film I seen was the third one and the fourth one, and it took me ages to see the first one because you just couldn't get them.
That's true, and that's what I said. That's why I grew up on Danielle Harris, being the final girl than Jamie Lee Curtis, because that's what my cousins had. With you saying that, the first Nightmare on Elm Street I watched, and I always recall it, it's the one where the lassie heeds a pizza. The guy heeds a pizza, and he also goes up to her and gives her a kiss and sucks her into like how he body just drops her.
Same with the Friday the
Fucking love
13th.
that shit.
I think the first Friday the 13th film I think I ever seen was the one with Six. The one where the one where it's like the James Bond intro.
Jason Lives.
That was the first one I ever seen, and it took me I think a long time before I watched the first 5.
Yeah.
It's funny, if you watch. See if you watch the Friday the 13th movie, like I done the same. And then when I watched part 1, I remember watching part 1, like you see it from the killer's point of view. I'm like, oh, that's Jason, obviously, it's Jason. And then at the end of it, it's no Jason. I'm like, what?
I know.
It's like, that's no Jason, Tom.
That's a drawing of Jason.
just a weird thing. You could only watch what was on the telly at the time. Whereas I always tell my daughter, like, you're spoiled. Like, she'll come down and say, I've not watched it. You're kidding me on.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, whenever I hear my son saying there's nothing on to watch, I'm like, go and fuck yourself, mate. Like, there's an abundance of everything there. We pay for it all. Pick something and watch it and shut up.
Did you guys not ever do this? Sometimes you just like, okay, it's bedtime or whatever, but everybody's asleep. Nobody's telling me to turn my telly off. Let's channel surf, and you would just land on like something that you can tell no long started, and you didn't care what the fuck it is, and then you would enjoy it. That's how I first experienced The Faculty.
What is it?
Yeah.
Great film.
Aye. For me, it was an episode of The Outer Limits that scared the absolute balls off me.
What one was it?
It was the one where there was like a teddy bear with red eyes, and then this big claw came up under the boy's bed and pulled him underneath it. I've no idea anything else apart from that, but I remember a teddy bear with red eyes, and then a big claw that pulled the boy under his bed.
It was Unsolved Mysteries for me. See that theme?
Oh, mate. Oh, I get that.
Scary.
And an episode, they actually covered that boy who done his wife in and then went and lived a normal life until they caught him. But they turned that into, they put a lot of that into Jeepers Creepers.
It's in that episode.
Yeah. Craziness. Have you watched the new stuff? Like Netflix have started remaking that.
I saw the first season. It was actually decent.
But I've tanned on it, mate. And like you say, it's that. And do you know what else used to terrify the shit out of me? And it was always be after my bath. And Mum would be like, right, time to go to bed, right?
After my bath.
Sunday bath.
But get this right. The Midsummer Murders fucking intro.
I'm going to show my age now, but I remember having nightmares about an episode of Tales for the Unexpected because my gran used to watch that.
I used to have real problems going to sleep because of a specific episode of Strange But True.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
And it was
I don't know what episode, but I remember the show.
It was an episode about a guy who woke up in his bed and he felt somebody was sitting on his feet and he couldn't move.
Sleep paralysis.
100% sleep paralysis, but I never knew that was a thing until I started fucking having it and then seen a documentary that I was like, oh fuck, that's what I've got. I'm no having mini strokes.
Which started this podcast.
That is genuinely what started this podcast, was me, like, Kev, I spoke to you briefly about my sleep paralysis, and you're like, I think that might make an interesting podcast. But Strange But True was the hot. I can still picture the image of the reenactment that it gave me, that it showed us. Sorry, at the time, and my sleep paralysis came. I was well into my 20s, I think, when my sleep paralysis started. But it's fucking terrifying. And when you don't know what it is, it's even more terrifying. But then when you see a documentary that spells out that this happens to loads of folk, you go, oh, thank fuck for that. That's what's happened to me. I'm not being visited by fucking demons in the middle of the night. I'm not having mini strokes. I'm not having.
I mean, you are, just to have a name for it now.
I don't have neurological problems as such. I've just got sleep paralysis. And by the way, after I watched that documentary, it stopped. It's almost like it soothed my brain.
Let's have that. The big demon's like, shit, he's on his lads.
Aye, let's go.
100%. But what's weird about sleep paralysis is that loads of folk that experience it experience the same things. And that's what's weird about it. Like, see if everybody's seen different hallucinations, that would make sense to me. But everybody sees very similar hallucinations. Is what makes me think that there's something more to it
just
than that.
Recently, wasn't there? Was it The Terror? It was called
The Nightmare. That was the
Nightmare.
one. That's the one I seen that made me realise what was happening to me. Anyway, we're fucking way off topic now. Way off topic.
Aren't we? I think.
Look at the eyebrows. Look at the
Very
fucking
short
eyebrows. What is that? Like, fucking hell, Michael.
When you do the comparison, he's got. I still got eyebrows in H2O.
Do you know like that? Sorry, if I go back to the eyebrows image.
This one.
No, the one with eyebrows.
No,
That
he has
one.
He has eyebrows there. Look.
But that's like that one there. That's like the last memory of a pished night out, and the next one is what you feel like in the morning.
And what's that one there? That's the wrong one. And this one is the one where you're on your way back for that pish night.
And your mum's raging.
Your mum.
You're asking a taxi driver, you weren't late.
Aye. Is it busy the night, taxi driver?
Aye, you need to stick that on a wee speech bubble next to that image of Michael. So what time you on till, mate?
The taxi driver's like, oh, there was this one time somebody tried to run off and no pay me, so I chased him down and battered him with my shoe. It's like, what an interesting story to tell me, mate.
Because I'm planning to do the same.
So how was it that you caught them? Oh, interesting, interesting. They didn't know about my dodgy leg. Oh, did they know? No. Anyway, anywhere here all day. No. Do you know, I used to have someone working for me that was that literally had to phone taxis for somebody else's phone because she'd bumped every taxi fucking thingy. So she had to be like, yeah, I need to use somebody else's phone because if they see my number, they'll know it's me. Ridiculous. Mate!
I just had a sneaky suspicion.
Oh man. They should have stuck with H6 mask for H2O.
I hate the H6 mask. I hate it.
Do you hate it?
It looks heavy, like clay. I call it the clay face mask because it looks so big and heavy. It's actually massive looking.
I would agree with you. You don't have it, do you?
Nah.
I actually think that in Resurrection's defense, it was probably the best mask since the second one.
By the way,
apart from the eyebrows,
I happen to agree. I think that mask. I don't know. It looks like he's ready to speak to the manager, though. He's like waited in a queue for some time there in that picture. Looks like he's waited in a queue for some time.
Excuse me, I asked for no pickles.
I think they should have just gave him a different mask in every film.
Well, that would make sense, right?
You said this the other day. It's like just give him a different mask, like give him a different outfit. The thing is, it would make so much more sense if he had a different outfit for every Halloween. Do you know what I mean? Like one like the first one he's Michael Myers, the second one he's like Bobo the Clown, the third one he's like a fucking Pokemon. Do you know what I mean?
Barry hates all the good stuff. Doesn't like the H6 mask. The man tickles me. He tickles us too.
I think Devontae follows Barry and is here tonight because of Barry's Facebook post earlier on saying he's going to be in here tonight.
She's following him worse than Michael Myers follows fucking Laurie Strode with the same amount of intent, though, eh? Devontae, if that is your real name. I wind. But I don't think there's much in the way. Like I don't think his death was that great. I mean, look, he just looks unamused.
No, the death was pish, and then it brought in fire and explosion again. It's like fucking come up with something else.
I know fire and explosion didn't count.
That's where he hit him with the cable, was it no? Right in the nuts.
Aye, but when he died as well.
See, after that death scene, I was like, wait a minute. He shoved the fucking electrical wire right into blood, and it was the blood that conducted it. I was like, I don't think blood's conductive. Fucking ChatGPT, is blood conductive? Yep. I was like, ah.
As seen in Halloween Resurrection.
Yes, Kevin is my... No, it's not really. My real name is Waldo Aloysius Johnson III, but Kevin's my stage name.
Is Kevin your real name? Who would choose Kevin?
It's Evan with a K.
Kevin, actually. Kevin.
It's actually short for Evangelical.
Nivek.
Nivek, aye.
Yep,
what's your name backwards? Irab.
Wairab Normac.
Wairab Normac, right?
Matthew,
right,
what's yours backwards? Because obviously everybody knows theirs backwards.
I don't know.
His is
Right. It's
Giark Nafumen.
Namiathal.
Sounds like somebody out of He-Man.
Mine's is
Kamyaj.
Kamyaj Nadroj.
Kamya Jets.
Kamyaj.
You're Polish. Kamyaj. Just I'm Pierdzic. That actually means something, by the way. Everybody goes for the obvious words, but I learned how to speak and fart. So anytime I say to someone, there's a Polish person nearby, I say, go and say this. And then they're like, I teach them how to say it, and then they go up and they say it. And the person always does this. It's funny. It just means stop farting.
Aye. So basically, never trust you. On that note, this has been fun, fellas. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself tonight. So at the end of the day, Halloween H2O is decent. Halloween Resurrection is a big pile of steaming hot pish.
Raise your hand if you agree with them. Raise your hand if you agree with them.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
I had more fun watching H2O than I did Resurrection.
I had equals amount of fun.
Anyway,
Where do you guys rank H2O and Resurrection in your Halloween ranking?
Right,
Who goes
okay.
first?
I'll go first, right? Halloween 1978, still number 1. Halloween 2018, 2. Halloween 2 is 3. Halloween 5, then Halloween 4, and then Rob Zombie's Halloween, then H2O, and Resurrection's way at the end. But anyway, that's roughly where I'm at.
I would say that I've thoroughly enjoyed the new trilogy, so they're right up there. The first one obviously being number 1. I think that H2O is just under the new trilogy. I didn't particularly think 2 was all that amazing, and I felt like H2O for me had a lot more in it because it was, again, the nostalgia, the return to like that story. Jamie Lee Curtis's presence far greater than she was in Halloween 2, right? Hard to argue against 1 for obvious reasons, right? So I would say Halloween, the new trilogy, and I'm leaving Rob Zombie's stuff out of it, by the way, because in my thingy, that's a completely different take on Halloween. So I can't actually compare them in the same vein, right? And that's not me shitting on Rob Zombie. I'm just saying I can't put them together.
I'm getting lost in the Malay here, mate. You need to just fucking say films and years.
Only you're getting lost, J-Mac. It just says the Halloween, the new trilogy, and then H2O.
Is it just me? Sorry. Hey, I need your fucking support here, fellas.
I'm just waiting to give mine.
I'm not even listening.
Man, I'm just getting kind of going cross-eyed, just listening to numbers and dates getting flung about, going.
That's why I went for no numbers. I was just like, original trilogy, and then H2O.
Right.
Nards?
Well, mine's is obviously the first one's number 1. My second favourite is Halloween H2O. And then my third favourite is Halloween Ends. With Resurrection, I would maybe put it last or second last. Like, to be honest, there's 3 really bad films in the franchise. That's Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and Halloween 5. I think those 3 on their day could be at the bottom of my list.
Oh, man. I liked 5 better than 4.
Halloween 5?
Yeah.
You didn't like? Is it because Donald Pleasance is over the top?
No, he's probably the best thing about it.
Shot him 6 times! 6 times!
Yeah, he gets drunker in every movie, doesn't he?
It's like J-Mac. Every fucking word, he gets drunker.
Fuck off. Matthew, man, where are you at, son?
See, obviously I like the first one, but I love Halloween 3, and I always do this thing. See, if Halloween 1 and Halloween 3 were on the tail at the same time, I would probably choose to watch Halloween 3, just because as a kid, Halloween 1 never scared me. Halloween 3 terrified me as a kid. I've got one of them up the stairs, and I've got Atkins signed it. But see outside, I did like the new trilogy a wee bit, but outside that, I don't think I've seen 4 and 5 in years. I probably couldn't tell you what one's what. I think I've only ever seen the Rob Zombie ones.
That is a big problem with 4 and 5, is that they're pretty much interchangeable. Fucking hell.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, I don't have any signs. I've got a Camp Crystal Lake.
There's a guy that doesn't worry about what his wife thinks about what he buys. Fucking hell.
Wolfman's got pants.
She bought me.
Oh, for fuck's sake, mate!
It was
where
for
did
our
you find?
wedding
Where did you find your wife? And is there any left?
I got it from Temu.
Here, my wife bought me this wee sign. It says Camp Crystal Lake on it. It's a nice wee one, and a Titanic one. So I'm in the Nards. I'm in the Nards boat.
The Nards boat, the Titanic.
Aye. The Titanic.
So what's class is now? This is a political thing. I'm going to say here. What's class is we all disagree with each other, but we can all still get on.
Oh, we all
I
agree.
fucking hate you, J-Mac. What are you talking about?
My point is, it's null and void.
I'm joking now. But no, I think we fairly agree on everything here.
We all love H2O. H2O is the best sequel.
We all like. Matthew, man, you liked H2O?
I did. I watched it last night.
Aye.
I quite enjoyed it.
And we all thought Resurrection was pish.
Aye.
I think it's weak, but I still enjoyed watching it. I could watch it again.
I don't think I could.
Did you ever laugh at it, Kev, when you were watching it? Just like, what the fuck?
When Busta Rhymes was like, "Motherfucker, I told you, get your ass back!" I was like, "This is class."
I'd actually watch your intro.
Do you know think he was? Do you know think he was going too over the top with that? Like, even like imagine how Busta Rhymes speaks on a day-to-day basis. Do you know think he was just going too fucking motherfucker? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was too heavy on that.
But the danger timing begins.
Hell yeah.
Mate, even that whole Dangertainment thing, which hasn't been discussed at any point up until now, that Dangertainment, what a fucking stupid name.
Yeah.
Could they not come up with something a wee bit
like TikTok?
A wee bit more creative? A wee bit more creative than Dangertainment. Fuck it, that's worse than the Dominator.
I stand by Dangertainment. I thought it makes sense. Entertainment that's dangerous.
You would think it would make sense, but then you'd like if you were that guy, if you were him, you'd be like Dangertainment. Oh no, it's too obvious. Let's come up with something a bit more clever, because that's stupid.
We'll just call it TikTok.
Aye,
that's Dangertainment to some. No.
Aye. So anyway, H2O was decent. Resurrection was pish. The rest of it is all up for debate, and that's where we're at. And
wasn't it pish?
It was utter pish, mate. Utter pish. Like I don't use the word utter like lightly, and I'm using it. It's utter pish.
It was weak.
It was utter pish.
And I'm fine with us keeping that part in the intro with the farting of the thingy. Do you know what's funny? Is I then showed my kids this intro once I made it, but to do it, I had to give them context. I says, "Watch this," and I played, which I've not played this whole episode.
We get a karaoke this thing and sing it.
I had to do it to my kids, right? My wife had went out. I had to play it to my kids, and I was like, "Right, this is what we show every time we mention Nard." So, and they're like, "Oh, I suppose that's funny, Dad, right?" Wife came back and she was like, "How'd you get on with what?" Because I was doing a lot of different things that day. I was like, "Aye, watch this." Is this what you do when I move?
Oh no! What the fuck happened there?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh man, I just proper lay back on my seat and it fucking betrayed me.
That's like working with you, mate. That's your chair has personified working with you.
That is so fucking true. I just felt like what it felt like to be J-Mac for a minute, sit down, whole thing falls to bits. And the best it is you would just hear my fucking goofy ass laugh fucking across the way. Oh man, pass. Nards, do you have anything cool coming up to let all these thousands of people that have tuned in to check us out and over the next week to direct them to your new upcoming channel?
Nothing much. No, I remember.
Nah.
With me, I always schedule videos like months. I've got 74 videos planned. I've got 26 recorded and 12 scheduled and edited ready for the channel. And I've always got that over the course of the year. So it's so in case I get busy and I can't record, then there's videos there.
So whenever you tell us we watch something wrong, we're podcasting wrong.
I guess so.
There you go.
But you're doing live stuff, so it's obviously different.
Barry, you're going to watch Derry? That comes out tomorrow night, I think.
Oh yeah, welcome. So I'm going to be doing that as well. So I guess that's what's coming up on the channel. Every week I'll be doing a review for an episode of Welcome to Derry, and that's amazing. on Sunday nights in the US. I think it's on Monday in the UK. So I'll probably get an episode of that every Wednesday, I guess. Recorded, uploaded, and stuff.
I saw your Red Band trailer breakdown. Interesting stuff. I have to admire how much you pick up on. It's way beyond anything that I'm ever going to be capable of. I think Kevin is maybe more. He's more along your lines at being able to spot things, details than I am. But nowhere near the level that you're picking up stuff on, man. It's really well put together. I congratulate you.
What do you mean that cheat? How can
do you go into forums and see what everybody's wrote and thought? I'm just
well, the thing is though, if you don't get the video out fast, then people don't watch it, so you don't have time to cheat.
How long does it take you to dissect something like a trailer?
It depends how desperate I am to get it out. See if I want to get it out ASAP because I know it's going to do well, I'll literally watch it a couple of times and then get it out within an hour or two. But see if it's one that I know a lot of people's going to discuss, I can give it time, savor it, maybe even leave it to the next day. And it can take me a few hours to edit it and stuff like that. But sometimes I don't put my face in the video when I'm doing the breakdowns because nobody wants to see my face when they want to see like Easter eggs and stuff like that. So, and I only really do breakdowns for things I'm confident that I know about. Like I wouldn't do a trailer breakdown for every single horror movie because I don't know anything about certain franchises or whatever. Like if Hellraiser trailer came out, I wouldn't do a breakdown for it because I wouldn't know what to look for. Superman, no idea. But if it comes to like Halloween, Pennywise, Friday the 13th, the usual suspects, then I feel like I know enough to do a breakdown. And I also say in the trailer breakdowns that there's lots of things that I probably missed. So if you see something in the trailer breakdown, discuss it in the comment section.
Get them comments, right?
You get them.
Nice.
Matthew, man, I don't know if she was there at the start of the video, but your wife's waiting in the background for you to finish this podcast, mate. So we should probably.
and by the way, Matthew, man, go and check out Matthew Man's CRAI channel, CR.AI. Where you can hear, what was that fucking funny one?
It was basically just me and my pal kind of bouncing stupid songs back between one another, and I thought I'm just going to stick them on YouTube. And
what was that funny one you just released? It's a dude on the front, and it's about.
That was my pal that sent me that one. It was
one of your most recent ones. It was really had me laugh.
Grower Not Ashore or something.
That's it. Grower Not Ashore.
Because my pal literally just pings them to me, and I'll go right. No worries. But it's
Growing not ashore.
It's all right. I'm not making enough money to kind of give him a cut though.
Fair play, fair play.
But
no,
I'm having fun with it. I've got a kind of list. I've got a wee book and I've got a list of stuff that I want to get back into doing
Good man.
Photoshop stuff because I've not done anything in a long time. I go through wee phases where I go to myself going, I could do this in AI in 2 seconds.
See, when you see a progress picture, you do something, and then you're telling me what you're going to do. Sometimes I'll just fire it through AI. Mind I sent it to you, and you're like, ugh. Hey. But no, I think original creativity will always trump AI, especially right now, where we're at right now. You can still tell, but we'll see what happens. Well, thanks guys for coming on, and we've kept you 2 hours and 10 minutes talking mostly about Halloween, but it's been fun. So we're going to be back next week with Rob Zombie's 2 Halloween films. Of course, you're welcome to come on. But if you don't want to tune in or whatever or not, let us know your thoughts in the future. The Rob Zombie ones, because those will be something interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. Anything you guys would like to say to these fine folks that are giving us shit in the comments before we go?
That's all right. Thanks for having me.
No, our pleasure.
Thanks for loving H2O as much as me,
mate. And
Everyone.
Resurrection. And Resurrection. Exactly. You're definitely going to go back and watch that intro again, Class times, guys. Well, we will.
Thanks for tuning in, motherfucker.
Get your ass back there, motherfucking Michael Myers. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take it easy.
Sharp like a blade. J-Mac cracks a joke, got the crowd swayed. Sundays light up as they set the stage. 2 voices cutting through the digital age. Oh, Kevin and Jay, nothing roll like thunder. The bond isn't fake, it'll pull you under. They laugh, they clap, but they never found her. Brothers in the spotlight, no love is louder. And loyal week after week. She laughs till her ribs ache, the jokes that they speak. Matthew Min drops his takes, always on point. The podcast rolls smooth to Kings on the joint. Oh, Kevin